is Shah's very first video where we're going to be showing you how to make Keema Matar or mincemeat and peas. So what you basically need is, I've set it out here, a tin of chopped tomatoes, just some normal garden peas, and I've measured what you'll need just into a normal glass. I like to put potatoes into mine as well, but if you don't want to put potatoes, don't put it in. That's completely up to yourself. And either a large onion, or in this case a couple of medium small onions, which I'll need, and of course your mincemeat. Here I've got 750 grams of meat. Obviously if you're on a diet plan, you will want to get yourself some extra lean mince with hardly any fat on it at all.
Now, would you recommend, is that lamb mince?
This is beef.
That's beef
here, but obviously you can get lamb mince, you get chicken mince. It's completely up to yourself what you get, your own preference. So first things first, water, like I said, 750 ml. All I've done is I've measured out 750 ml of water, and I've put it into Mrs. Shah's very floury cooking pot here.
Suits you, sir.
Ready to go. So just normal cold water from the tap. So first things first, we need onions. Best way to chop an onion, don't cut it from the root, start from the other side, just slice a little bit off there, and that way whatever chemicals there are that are released that make you cry, they won't come out straight away until you chop the root off. So just peel the onions. So now we've got the peeled onions, so next thing to do, chop the roots off there and just slice it in half, and slice it as quickly, as thinly as you can. And same with the second one. So that's the onions chopped. All I'm now going to do is pop it into the pot there. So the onions are into the water, and then I also want to put the mincemeat in straight after. That's the mincemeat gone in as well. And all I do now is set it on the stove, and hopefully this will turn on. Yeah, so that's it in there. It's on full heat. Just give it a quick whiz round so all this mincemeat and onions aren't come together. And then that's it until basically the water's evaporated. So you're just boiling the mincemeat with the water and the onions. Okay, well, whilst the mince is boiling away, I'm going to chop the potatoes, get them ready to go in. Obviously, peel the potatoes if you want, but preferably, well, I prefer not to peel the potatoes because all the vitamins are in the skin, so I just chop them with the skin on.
I presume you've washed them first, so you don't get, you don't like soil in your.
Yeah, I've already washed them. Yes, these are washed. So basically, bit soft at the end there, so I won't use that.
So you're making your potato quite chunky.
Yeah, yeah. Make it nice and chunky. You don't want it too thin.
So you don't want it breaking down in the water. You want that to
exactly. So you know, roughly sort of that size, you know, thickness. How thick is that? I don't know. Size of sort of my index finger there. Maybe size 50 piece. So that's it there. So just chop the last one. That's it, that's the potatoes that'll be ready. So I'll just pop them in here. So
You forgot to say that one crucial ingredient for making Mrs. Shah's is a cup of tea.
Yes, always have a cup of tea to hand. And then just pop some potatoes into cold water, and that will stop them from going brown. So now we're over to the stove. It's cooking away, so all you want to do is just stir occasionally every few minutes just to make sure everything's fine, and that's it. So just let it boil away basically. So the water's just about getting evaporated, still a bit some in there, so we'll carry on cooking it on stove until the water's all gone. So just keep stirring and just be careful towards the end when there's a bit of water in. You want to be stirring it because you don't want your mince to burn at the bottom. Right, so as you can see now, the water's nicely evaporating away. There's just a little bit of water left, so we'll just stir that, let it evaporate away. And at this stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my potatoes in that I peeled earlier. I'll just put them, drain the water out. Just put in the potatoes. Just stir them in. That's fine. So just leave that now again for the water to completely evaporate away. Okay, well this has been cooking for about a good 15-20 minutes now on high heat. The water's nearly gone, just about gone, so at this stage I'm going to add my peas in as well. Just drop them in.
And they're frozen peas?
Yes, frozen peas, or you can use fresh peas out of a pod, peas from a tin. It's totally up to yourself. Most people have some frozen peas back in the freezer, so just use them, so it's fine. Stir it in. So as Mrs. Shah will be eating this tonight as well, she has a preference to spice it up a little bit. So all I've done is I've got 3 green chilies out. So all I'm doing is just snap them in half, because that way they won't pop in the pot, and just drop them in. And that all that does is it doesn't change the flavour, but it does spice it up just that little bit more. When I eat, I take them out. I don't like them, but my Mrs. Shah, she loves them. So, right, so the water's just about gone there. So at this stage, what I'm going to do is add the Mrs. Shah's curry mix in. So obviously, totally up to yourself which one you add in. My preference is the medium one. And just pop that in. Give it a good whisk round. You'll be able to smell the spices coming through now. And then obviously don't forget your salt as well. So however much salt you take, I shall hopefully measure about a teaspoon. That goes straight in as well. And now this is a crucial stage once you get to here, because you need to be more or less dry roasting it for a good 5 to 10 minutes. So at this stage, what I do is I'll add in a little bit of oil so it doesn't burn or stick too much at the bottom. And I hear some people gasping already, oil, no. Well, if you use frylight or equivalent, whatever you prefer.
And are we still on high heat at this point?
We're still on high heat at this point, so just adding in a bit of oil, that's it, and whisking it around. You're smelling the spices coming off. Don't worry, you know, there's a little bit sticking at the bottom, as long as you keep on stirring it, it's not burning, you're absolutely fine. You know, just leave it for 5-10 seconds, look at the bottom again, and then just stir it again. Each time you're giving it a good stir, and it's very important that you do this more or less dry roasting it, so that will bring extra flavour into it. So this is still on high heat. It's starting to stick a bit more at the bottom, so I'm just going to add a bit more oil. Again, use fry light or equivalent if you're not using oil. Okay, so we've been dry roasting this for about 10 minutes or so now, so we're ready to move on. So let's chop tomatoes, pop in the whole tin there, whisk that in, and now you want to turn it down onto low heat. So put the chopped tomatoes in, put it down to low heat, and then what you want to do is the tin, chopped tomatoes, just fill it with half with water, cold water from the tap. So I've just filled cold water from the top, half the tin, chopped tomatoes that I've just used, added that in. Whisk that in. That's nice and lovely.
And if you're not a fan of tomatoes, is that what could you use anything else, or
just add
some water? Yeah.
Just add some water. I'd say equivalent of half a tin of water if you don't want to use tomatoes.
Because you've got quite a few flavours in there, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Already.
Yes. Just do that, and then all I'm going to do now is it's on low heat. Put that in. Don't close it fully. I'm leaving a little bit out so steam can come out, and you're just simmering it now. It will take about 20 minutes or so, 15 or 20 minutes of simmering, but you need to stir regularly as well, every few minutes, to prevent burning. So it's been simmering away for a few minutes now, so all I'm going to do is just give it a stir. That side. And then again, put the lid back on. Again, it's not going on fully. Let it steam out. Let it simmer away. Okay, so this has been simmering away for about 20 minutes now, and I've been stirring it every few minutes to prevent burning. Now, just check your potatoes, make sure they're cooked. Best way to do that is just grab one of the potatoes, just cut it off, and it goes through nice and easy. Yeah, that does. You know, potatoes are done. You know, try it, just make sure. But I know that's done. I had a little try it just earlier as well. So that's done, and you want your consistency to be, you know, more or less like this. With keema, you don't want it very runny. So that's all cooked. So I'm going to turn the stove off now. And serve it. So it's all cooked now. I've taken the stove off. All I've done is I've boiled some rice, put the rice in a plate, and I've let that settle for about 10 minutes. And serve. If you want, you can chop some fresh coriander and just garnish it on top. I don't have any, at the moment, so it's fine. And there you go. Thank you for watching.